help me. Holding on, 'cause I still feel your hello, hello. I know that I'm living with ghosts.
Guess it's a good thing COVID happened in WWE's eyes, otherwise Big E wouldn't have come up with that people at home catchphrase, forcing the company to go through a montage of all the cities they went to.
They make sure you ain't booty.
I'll take the only sin I have off because this montage of New Day's greatest accomplishments, from the tag title reigns to the Bootios, really takes me back to where they were at their best. This really feels like a distant dream. Even though those penny-colored WWE Tag Team titles represent the 483-day reign of the New Day from 2015 to 2016, I am sorry, but I gotta send them for existing, as they are the absolute worst tag team titles we have ever seen. Out of everything we'd love to reminisce about, that ain't one of them.
10-year anniversary of the most.
Adam Pearce, you weren't even around for the vast majority of their time here. Why are you the one introducing the New Day? Right before this segment began, it showed Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods separate as they were on their way to the ring. When you think about it, they should have continued with the added tension by having each member enter separately instead of together.
Those verbal scars.
Like the good old days of the New Day, let's briefly go back to the good old days of my Sins videos. Kofi Kingston threw several pancakes into the crowd with so much force and likely killed a family of 4 by accident.
But if I may be so bold.
Sure, Adam, you, me, be so bold if you like, whatever that means.
But you also know who else we couldn't have done it all with? That's right, each and every one of you.
The heel turn was already there before it happened, and Kofi Kingston did a great job delivering it because everyone believed he was talking about Big E. Then he proceeds to give the rest of the credit to the fans instead. Amazing heel work when he was still technically a babyface.
But
Haha, that fan closed the sign, saw that he was on camera, then tried to open the sign back up, and was too late when the camera cut away from him.
When it comes to the New Day,
we all want to go big.
Much as I'm excited that Big E made a surprise return for this moment, I really wish he waited until after Kofi Kingston made his declaration of where the New Day was going. That always gets me when we never get to hear something. To this day, I still wonder what Donald Trump had in store for WrestleMania 26 back when he was running Raw for a week in 2009.
We haven't seen Big E on Raw or SmackDown in almost 4 years.
Almost 4 years? Wade Barrett deserves 4 sins for that incorrect statement because he's saying Big E hasn't been on Raw or SmackDown since 2020. What, does his WWE Championship run from 2021 no longer count for anything here? The New Day hasn't even exploded with their anger to Big E, and I already got an uneasy feeling about this. Based on where Big E stands, he already feels like the outcast. Small details, y'all.
I am going to remind the two of you exactly who you are.
While I do admire Big E for wanting to be the manager for Kofi and Xavier until he is medically cleared to wrestle again, at the same time, being a manager won't do much to help with their situation since they're practically done with being New Day.
To serve as your managers.
Managers? Wait, there's 2 of you? Is the other one named Langston by any chance?
Now, you want to come back?
At that precise moment, the smiles on everyone's faces slowly fell and were replaced with shock and horror. The happily beating hearts of the WWE Universe slowed down and began to break, and their minds could not or would not believe what was being said by Xavier during this moment. I don't know why I went into storytime mode, but it fits the situation we're in.
yeah, you broke your neck, so what?
We expected the angry heel outburst from Xavier Woods, but not Kofi Kingston, as Kofi was the one trying to be the voice of reason for the majority of their fights, while Xavier was having none of it. To me, that is a bigger shocker than Xavier berating Big E for leaving them.
Stone Cold broke his neck, and he came back.
Wasn't as tough to repair as Big E's injury because Stone Cold Steve Austin literally got neck surgery while Big E still has yet to get any sort of surgery, but go on.
Kurt Angle broke his neck, and he came back.
Technically, Kurt Angle was not in WWE by the time he broke his neck, but go on.
Edge broke his neck, and he came back.
Took Edge almost an entire decade to get medically cleared, but go on.
They didn't even have people here waiting for them.
If you spent the entire length of Big E's injury waiting for him instead of moving on with your own careers, that's your own fault, but go on.
We didn't evolve for you.
Xavier Woods is mad because he and Kofi Kingston chose not to evolve for Big E, who literally evolved while everyone was still wrestling.
And I actually had to have surgery.
Xavier Woods believes that injuries are only severe if they require surgery, not realizing there are many injuries out there that cannot be treated with surgery due to this thing called complications.
If you truly care, you'd have been back here a long time ago.
Obsession.
Get the hell out of this ring.
In the span of only 5 minutes, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods went from the most beloved tag team to the most hated duo, generating heat on par or even beyond that of Dominic Mysterio. That's how great these guys are at their job, and I really believe they should have a tag team title run in 2025 as this new vile group. Great move on the crowd to switch the legendary chant from New Day Rocks to Big E Rocks. No better way to shove it in the faces of Kofi and Xavier.